This is the cable tester. Now we're checking out XLR cables. Now again, you're gonna look at your info here. Now we measured the TRS before, the tip ring sleeve or sleeve tip ring 1, 2, 3. Now the same numbers check the connections, but in this case it's pin 1, pin 2, pin 3. That corresponds with a diagram like this. So on an XLR cable, you'll have pin 1, and that's like your ground shield. Pin 2, that's your positive or hot. And then pin 3 is your negative cold. These are XLR cables sending a balanced signal. I'm plugging it into the XLR 3P. For cheaper cables, we'll just throw away it if it's trash. But for nicer cables, if something happens to them, we're gonna wanna repair it. So we plug on this side. And now we're immediately seeing a signal. There's pin 1 is working. And that corresponds right here. For example, pin 1 is connected to pin 1. They're going good because you see a light there and there. This one going to that, showing that this one's connected, and this one showing that that one's connected. Now we're checking pin 2. Again, that pin corresponds to pin 2, which is the positive or hot. Pin 1 was the ground shield. This one's the positive hot. We're getting 2 lights showing that this one's working because that's lights on, pointing to that arrow, and this one's working because that light's on. It's pointing to, and that arrow's pointing to that one. All right, and now pin 3 is working, which would be your negative or your cold. Our female end over here has its light on, and our male end over here has its light on, showing that they're connected to it. Male end there, female end here, and boom. So here we go. It looks like 1 is working on the male end and the female end. Now let's look at the 2. Boom, 2 is working. And then we check out 3. Looks like 3 is working as well. Now the problem with XLRs is sometimes those pins will wiggle. And like if you wiggle them a tad, look at that. That was just the slightest wiggle and we lost it. That's not reliable. You can't have someone cutting out in the middle. Like you can't have a singer just cutting out in the middle of the whatever. And that's what's gonna happen with a cable like this. So what we do is, since it's not a mogami or a nice one worth repairing, it's trash.